Already, man, here we go, man, live from 21st Century TV. We got the homie JayOT built.
Capital OT, man.
Already, man.
Rashid, man, thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come on your platform and share my story. But let's get into it, man.
Well, you know how it go, man. Without no you, there's no me. In other words, you know, you the generation, y'all generation that's, you know, doing things right now. So in order for me to operate correctly, and not, which is not the right word, but I have to, you know, this is what we have to do. We gotta work with each other. So, you know, with that being said, man.
Beautiful mindset to have, by the way.
Yeah, yes sir. So with that being said, man, let's get a little history, man. Let's start with first your name.
My name is Jordan Donovan McGinnis, but I'm more better known as JayOT, owner of OVERTYME Entertainment and this beautiful establishment we're in called Central City Market here in Corpus Christi. That's my name.
Already. So I know you consider yourself a businessman. You are an artist. So let's get a little bit into the artistry of the situation. What was your gateway into being the artist that you are? What started?
I don't know exactly what created the artistry dynamic behind it. I just understood that I understood after a homework assignment when I did this poem for my teacher that I had a real gift with putting words into stories and creating emotional work that really connects with a soul, you know what I'm saying, at a very young age. And the music is still relevant now, but there was just that brief moment where I started playing with words and putting things together in a rhyming form. It was more poetry style, and that just jump-started my drive to start doing music. However, I was out of my mind at the time, so I never really took it that serious up until, you know, a few years ago when I started my brand. But yeah, that was a starting point for me, was actually just a homework assignment my teacher gave me, and it just allowed me to know that I could really play with these words in a way that not a lot of people can.
So people ask me, they say, hey, how long have you been in the business? So that's a general question, how long have you been in the business? I like to answer it two ways. I say, hey, I've been loving it since I was this young, but I took it serious at this age. So what made you take it serious from just loving it to like, oh man, I gotta treat it like a business. I can't play with it no more. What made you cross that point?
Understanding time. When I got to a certain age that I realized how much time I had squandered and how much time is irreplaceable versus so many other things that I was putting all my focus into. And when I tapped into that knowledge, because it is knowledge, a lot of people talk about time and look at a clock, but they don't understand time. So when I unpacked that information, that's when I really decided, like, I need to hone in on what I'm actually talented and put on this earth for. And music is just it's in my DNA. So I wanted to explore my own passion, and then just through doing that, I met some of the most talented people that believed in my vision with me and became a part of this team. That's what made me get into the music business, and wanting to own my own brand, own my own music, and not be played out by the industry, because I'm in the music business. There's a big difference to me, and I am not involved in the industry, which seems to capitalize off of our hard work and talent, and with very little reward besides maybe a price on your head or something, the way it's looking these days. So I want to own every fucking thing I do, and I have a camp of people that I'm securing their future with owning their music. But to answer your question with finality, the reason why I got into the business was because I realized the time and how valuable it is, how much and how limited this time is. And then I also found the right people to make me understand that I could create business out of this. And And so from there, we started Overtime Entertainment.
Already, I got you. So give us some of your influences. You know, coming up in the game, music, movies, whatever you can think of. You know.
For sure. Some of my biggest influences as far as music goes, I would say is Andre 3000, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Black Star Family, Biggie Smalls, obviously Pac, you know what I'm saying, Jay-Z, very influential person in my life as far as music goes. Eminem, man, the list can go on and on. Pusha T, damn, we could get into it. The Neptunes, god damn. Yeah, there's a lot. I gotta let these out. Busta Rhymes, Twista, Project Pat, 3-6 Mafia. The list goes on. I've been a music fucking head for my life, so.
So you've been jamming all that?
All of that since I was 11-year-old. And understanding what they're talking about too, and understand, like, yeah, good.
I got you. Okay, so you know, what separates the industry from the music industry from the music business? Like, just give me a couple of things that you would or wouldn't do, what you feel like this is industry, this is business.
Right. And I'm sorry I unpacked these answers like this. I give really long.
Nah, you good, my boy. The longer the better.
But the difference between the industry and the business is the business is up for anybody to take advantage of, and anybody can be their own business person. Just like a gas station can be profitable, they don't have to be Walmart. You could be a small convenience store on the corner and still be profitable. You don't have to be Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So when you understand that, then you understand that you don't have to be rich and famous to sell your music. So I'm in the business of selling my music and my craft, and even before I get super famous or big or mainstream or whatever you would like to call it, I understand that there's a business even that supersedes that, and I have a product to sell. So I don't have to have a whole lot of you motherfuckers gassing me up to tell me that I can sell this music. I just know how to do that. So, and the difference between the industry and business is, like I said, just there's in the industry there's a lot of owners and handlers, you know what I'm saying? And the industry and the handlers, they actually run music businesses, but they just choose to do it in a way that's very, very beneficial for them and not so much beneficial to the artist.
I got you. I feel that. I actually like that. I like that answer because, you know, $1 million would be good, but any good businessman could do good with 100,000, 200,000, and I know to the big time companies, like, that's not a lot of money, but for somebody that's from the block, somebody that, you know, didn't really have nothing, you know, they could flip that 100 to. So I'm just saying that to say short term goals, long term goals, because some people make it to Walmart, but you your own boss. Right. So you start off as a mom and pop. So, you know, that's a good answer.
And then when you get to the Walmart phase, you actually own the Walmart. You're not fucking branching off of a franchise. So you could go from a little corner store to a Walmart theoretically, but when you get to the Walmart, you actually own it.
So tell us a little bit about the city you live in now.
The city I live in now, Corpus Christi, man. It's a beautiful city, and it has its problems just like any city. It has its problems. This is my daughter, Ari.
Everyone clapped up for her.
Yes,
man. Hello.
My business partner, the owner of Overtime Entertainment.
That's right.
I'm just on her watch. But anyways, to get back to it, Corpus Christi is one of the most diverse, unique cities I've ever experienced. And I haven't been to too many cities, but I come from a big city, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And
Milwaukee. Oh man, tell me a little bit about Milwaukee now.
I got you, bro. But just to answer that question, Corpus Christi has brought me in cahoots with some of the most talented fucking people I've ever met, ever. And it afforded me the opportunity to work with them. So, like, you know, it's a difference between seeing talented people and actually being hands-on working with these talented people. It's a beautiful city. It's diverse. It's dynamic. It's hateful at times. It's very unorganized, but it teaches you something about yourself. Like, it takes real nuts to survive in these waters over here. You know what I mean?
So since we in Corpus, can you name me a couple of people that you work with out here in Corpus?
Absolutely. I worked with the Gem Tunes, Sir David Brandon, my buddy FaZe that was just here. I've done a lot of work with Willie P. I got a song with my boy Rashid. Shout out to my whole team. Overtime Entertainment, YB, Wise, Cool Joe, Wes, my son WAP, and Kefla, the newest addition, the first female artist on our team.
Shout out to her.
Yeah, and the list goes on. But yeah, man, I've worked with damn near everybody that you could probably think of. Like, I'm just not thinking of all the names.
It's all good. So what about outside the city? Outside the city,
shit. Like I said, it wasn't until I came into this city till I started taking music very seriously. So back then I had a camp that I was running with. Shout out to Knack Music. They're from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I just never really got the opportunity to work with them properly because I was doing my own stupid shit and not focusing on the music.
So Knack Music is based out of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Already, shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. You know, that movie 2012, they said, I told you we need to move back to Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? That's my part right there. But my bad. But so okay, man. Corpus Christi, JayOT, we out here, man. So tell us a little bit about the music that you are dropping now, or should I say the content?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So I have a podcast of my own. It's called From Nothing to Everything. I've already released a few episodes, one being K Renee, Arson Bank, shout out to both of them, Gotti Green, and I got like 7 more that ain't releasing, and I'm gonna keep that, you know what I'm saying, you'll get that info when you get to it, just pay attention to those first 3.
Okay, so before I forget, how do you find that podcast? You told me the name of it, but that's the YouTube, how you get it?
Yeah, that's through YouTube, and I mean, I use an account called Restream, so it basically streams it on all your platforms all at the same exact time. I'm gonna lace you with that.
God,
but so at the end of the day, it streams on TikTok, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube all at the same exact time. And you don't have to go live to do that. You could just upload it immediately. It's like a distro service for music. So like when you upload your music to DistroKid, but this is for podcasting. So just, you know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it's From Nothing to Everything on Overtime Network. Overtime spelled OVERTY. Overtime with a Y. Do not forget the Y. ENT Network. YouTube, follow us.
Gotcha. Okay. So how long have you been doing the podcast?
I've been doing it I've had the idea for about 7 years. And like, I didn't have nothing to do the podcast with, so all I had was time to think about how I'm going to do it when I get my hands on the tools to do it. So I haven't even rolled out all my plans, and I won't, because like it's unique, very different, and it's something that I don't see nobody doing. So I'm gonna keep a lid on how I'm going to unpack the whole situation. But I'll just say it's called the Pod Series. And you can go try to use it. I already copyrighted the name, so we got trademarks behind this shit. Pod Series. I don't see nobody doing that. I've never heard of the name utilized, and my trademark got accepted. So that means nobody did it before me. And that's going to be a channel of podcasts, and I'm going to create a promotional team that orchestrates other people to utilize our platform similar to a record label, but we just do honest, solid business and we utilize each other for our networking. And when you click on my channel, you're clicking on their channel, and we just share each other's fan base. If I sign a podcaster to my network, when you click on their podcast, you're gonna see mine. You're gonna see the other people involved with our network. So, damn, I gave away way too much game. I was not trying to do that.
Don't worry, I'll edit some of it.
No. This is free game.
I got you. So for pleasure, leisure, what podcast do you listen to, like just for your own, pleasure,
Lex Friedman.
Shout out him.
He's a real intellect. Joe Rogan, of course. CP, the comedian, is a beast. Riding High podcast. A local podcast that is doing his fucking thing, bro. And I loved it. And I love being on it. Thank you for the opportunity. And I love watching these new artists getting on there and getting some light shed on it. That's the most beautiful thing. But who else? There's a lot. Yeah,
I got you. That's just for, the public to, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Go check out some stuff that, you might check out. Okay, so we in a new era in time.
In digital, Defiant Digital. Just go look that up. It's not necessarily a podcast, but it's a social media it's a YouTube channel, and they got the most hilarious content. If you're ever in need of a laugh, Defiant Digital.
Bet. So in the new era in time, there was a time where people get music on the radio. That was a big thing. Now we got the internet. People don't care. Then we got into the when I say people don't care, I mean you could blow up as much on the internet as you could on the radio. But now we went into the era of the drill. How do you feel about the inclination of drill music in hip hop culture?
I feel torn, to be honest, because I understand the exact impact that it has on our culture and the way that people perceive our culture. And so, but I also understand that music is a craft and an art form. And so, like, if people wouldn't take music so seriously, like if you could just listen to music like you could watch a movie and not put such value into the words, like just letting people express themselves, then music wouldn't be taken so serious, and these people wouldn't be considered actual gangsters because they talk gang shit, because they're not real gangsters. They just talk that shit because they know it can make them a living, because this music shit for a lot of people. I'm not saying the entirety, but for a lot of people, it's an image that they're portraying, and when they're off the camera and not behind the microphone, that is not at all what they're doing. That is not at all what they're talking about. And I'm just only speaking on like the majority. I'm sure there's a lot of real ass gangsters and niggas that really live the life that they talk about. But for the majority, they're not really living behind that image.
So, how do you feel about music and politics? And that's a two-part question. How do you feel about music and politics? And what would you do in order to help the community if you were into politics? Some people are not into politics. You know what I'm saying? So that's a two-part question.
What I would do is I would start to implement business psychology into every public school. I would also make a class, or include it in the class, about taxes. I would also implore you to learn about organic foods. So we would have health classes that really teach you about health and not just implore you to take medicines. I would talk about farm and land acquisition. I would let people understand the benefit of working for themselves and their family.
Gotcha.
Those are things, and I know that sounds a lot like business, but that's called freedom. So like I do my business to be completely free, like of somebody else's say so. I don't get told what time or when I gotta do a fucking thing, and I'm telling that to my kids too. And so like I know that a lot of what I'm talking about is like it sounds like business this, business that, but no, this is about earning freedom in life, which is all I'm looking for. I just want to be a free man.
Okay, I appreciate that. So check this out. So I've been seeing a couple rappers being supported by some of the presidential candidates, and me personally, I don't vote, and I hope nobody take it personal. I don't vote. I know they say for the lesser evils or whatever, but have you heard anything that any of these rappers said that was worth being up on the podiums with the president? I mean, I'm just curious.
That is wild. Absolutely not. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what their intentions are because I don't really pay attention to them personally. What I do know is that I agree with you as far as politics go. I have my opinions on who I would like me personally. If it's the lesser of two evils and I have the choice to not choose either, I'm not gonna choose one evil. If it's like, oh, you gotta pick no, I just don't have to pick. Like, y'all do the dirty work. Y'all go pick the one of two evils instead of trying to figure out something differently and figure out how we can create a positive and a negative instead of just a negative. So I will just opt out every time when I'm thinking about the lesser of two evils. But
I could tell you I've seen a few artists up there, and with all due respect, they ain't said a damn thing
that's beneficial to the community. You weirdos talk so hot about how you're trying to do something for your communities and shit. Then when you get the opportunity to, you guys freeze up and don't say nothing that's beneficial about anything but yourself, your own brand, your own shit, and your own next project, your own music, whatever the fuck you got going on. You never shed light onto the community, and you always shell up and allow somebody to tell you how to be their spokesperson and tell you what belief system you should act like you have in front of this camera. That'll never be.
I appreciate it. That's a serious, little serious angle. So to lighten it up a little bit, what happened to dancing in hip hop? What happened to dancing?
What the hell? I don't understand that. We dance our ass off. Dance is, bro. I create music sometimes I create music off of dance moves. Like, I'll build rhythms and melodies in my head based off of how I feel the tempo of the music creating. That will create I don't understand where that's a lot.
Well, I know people, I see people dancing, but it was a time when you would go in the club and everybody be dancing. Now it's like a big majority just standing around. I'm like, man, what happened?
Just wall server trying to be the coolest motherfucker.
So do you do music for people to dance to?
Yes, absolutely. I do music for people to dance to cry to drive in the car and think about, reflect on life, to reminisce on lost loved ones. I do music for pretty much every kind of person that you can think of, because that's what music is to me. It's an expression.
So let me get your top 5 songs. Not necessarily numbers, but that you feel is just touch the soul.
I will be right back.
City Limits. Touch the soul, or just like turn
jamming, touch, you know what I'm saying?
Melrose. Shout out to my boy Willie fucking P. Better understand. That boy created that. He alley-ooped that. He did one of them numbers. Tossed me up a layup and we executed. Melrose, City Limits. I got a song called Elohim. I got a song called I just did this one, so should I give the game? Should I tell them what's coming up? Because this is one of my, it's called Outlaw, and
Because of you?
she already knows the words. I'm an outlaw, and what's the last one?
Love the
Knock It
Jones.
Off. Knock It Off with me and my nephew. Shout out to Shawnee G.
So those coming out or they already out?
No, we're releasing two. Those last two, they're not released yet.
Already, but that's perfect. That way, it's a rollout. It's a part rollout for it.
Yeah, the next thing that I'm releasing as far as my own project, well, those two are gonna be kind of like layups into the album, which is called Forgive Me Later. So I got 2 single projects coming out that are gonna basically be promotional runs for the album, which is coming out next year, February. Forgive Me Later, because I have absolutely no apologies.
So from the Wisconsin, Milwaukee, can you name us some other cities that you've been to, just personally or music?
Yeah, Miami. I've been there. I lived there for a few months. Fire, dude. Yeah, that was so fun. Chicago, of course, my neighbor.
Chicago.
I lived down there, halfway retired over there sometimes. But yeah, that was like an hour away. Six Flags is over there. We used to politic over there for real. What else? Seattle, Forks, Washington. Shout out to my family in Forks. Obviously, Texas.
Shout out to parents.
I love you. Hey, let me get back to this interview right quick. I'm gonna come get you in 2 seconds. Where's my phone? Can you look that? And the charger too.
She gonna help her do numbers. It's all good. That's why we do it, man. That's why
she's the reason.
That's why I mean. So yeah. So anyway. So
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Top clothes designers. Who are some of the brands, if not your own, that you like to go to? You know, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I buy Nikes. I like Nikes.
Of course, Nike is my go-to. But to be honest, I don't fucking give a shit about like the brand realistically. I just like what I like and so I buy it. But I also have way too many people that make their own merch to like. So we're talking like Juicy Gelato. We're talking about Most Rec. We're talking about Cash Money Vibes and the Minky 4L movement that he's got going on. We're talking about merch that my family and my friends put into this world, and they give their a piece of themselves to me through art and clothing and shit. It's a beautiful thing. Rashid has blessed me with some dope merch. I still wear this all the time, bro. So I remember that at the show.
So to switch the subject a little bit and say it without saying it, what's your top 3 strains? Top 3 strains. Only 3. Yeah, we don't know.
I don't think you understood that, but anyway, we're gonna go. Man, some of them I haven't seen them, and like Northern Lights.
Oh man, that's classic. That's classic right there, bro. That's like Shoreline. That's like saying Shoreline.
White Rhino.
White Rhino, man. See, you tripping.
And then we go in. I gotta throw an OG in there, so we. No, actually, I just recently tried one called 24K, and that was a really decent strain. I think that came from like a brand in not Texas, what's it called, Colorado, and my homeboy had got some over here, and man, that was a really good product. I don't know what store that came from, but it was called 24K. So do your research.
Yeah. So you prefer indica or sativa?
Indica all day.
All right, y'all an indica guys. So look, man. This is just part 1. We got a lot more stuff to catch up on, man. A lot more stuff to talk about. So right now, within closing, I need you to, just give some last words or give some information out to somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's in the business, that's in the game, how to get in touch with you. We might have iterated on it earlier, but we're going to iterate it again, and we're going to close it with that.
Mom, I love you. Mom, I love you, and you and this girl right here and my girl and my child are the reason. I can't explain the emphasis behind that. I put you through hell, and you deserve to see what your son is capable of, and it's my intent to do exactly that. I hope that one day you could say that you're proud of me, and I'm so blessed to have you in my life along with everybody else in my family. I don't really got too much to say to these niggas. If they want to ask me questions, I'm super available. JayOT 361-263-4792. There's my phone number. Call me if you got some questions to ask me. If you want to talk about music, you want to politic, if you want some game on business, if you want to utilize my resources, if you want to be a positive influence to the people around you, I'm super open. If you want to call me on some dumb shit, call me. I'm sure some weirdos will call me, and I'll be glad to hang up. But I do want to extend myself to people who actually want to do something positive for the community. I just gave my phone number on camera. That's how serious I am about that. But I don't need to explain nothing to anybody but my motherfucking mother. And I love you, and thank you for everything you've done for me. Rashid, thank you, brother, for this opportunity.
Man, JayOT, 21st Century
The biggest
TV, ZLIST Films, I appreciate you, man.